What do you think the school can do to further help you with your education?
I can ask this question.
Yeah.
But I think the school is already doing it. You just have to commit and ask for help whenever you need help. So.
Yeah, I feel like now a lot of students don't ask for help. And they're so lazy where to the point they don't feel like doing work. They don't put that much effort in. I'm one of them.
They could probably like
Ask profit.
they could just like I don't know, reward us in some way or form, I guess. I don't know.
Do you plan on playing for college?
I plan on playing for college. Yes, I do.
Like playing sports for college? Yeah, basketball, yeah.
Yes, I plan to play.
Why did you decide to play a sport?
I just have to play my sport because I just loved it at first sight. You know, when I was a kid, I got introduced to the sport and I just started playing it. And I just decided to go professional in it. So that's why.
And when I was little, I used to watch the NBA all the time. And then I used to practice with my dad, is out in the park. And then that's when I start practicing on my own and start loving the game.
For me, it's just about watching the sport, and then I liked it and stuff. So, yeah.
How long have you been playing?
How long have I been playing? Since I was 4 years old.
I've been playing since I was 6.
I'm playing since I was like 6. Yeah.
Who inspired you to play?
Who inspired me to play? I mean, in soccer, there's different styles and different, techniques, and there's a lot of players. I can just mention like 6 of them. I'm gonna start with the one that inspired me the most, Ronaldo, because of his work ethic, and Messi, because I love him more, I love him better, and Rashford, Mbappe, Haaland, and Madrid. That's all.
Mine is Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant because of their mentality and their determination to win. So, like...
Mine is Ronaldo and Messi. Simple.
What do you plan on studying in college?
I plan on studying graphic arts.
I'm planning on studying business administration.
I'm undecided.
What is your goal for the future?
My goal for the future is to make it to professional football and have a stable life.
I want to be financially stable and own my own business.
To fulfill my dreams and be financially stable.
If you could play for any pro team, who would you play for?
I'll play for Barcelona.
The New York Knicks.
Dortmund or Barcelona.
Last question. Who taught you to play?
Who taught me to play? It's in between like my dad and myself. It's kind of half-half.
My dad taught me to play. Yeah.
I taught myself.
Hi, Emmanuel and Corey. I'm Ms. Martin. I'm the graphic arts teacher in the CTE department at Orange High School.
Yes. So, do you have any like advice as it pertains to like picking a major in college?
Okay, so advice on choosing a major. What I recommend is first that you explore something that you love. So you already know, based on your classes in high school, which subjects you like more than others. So you could explore that way. You could take career personality tests, and this is something that I assigned for you guys during my classes. So you get to discover some majors and some of your traits and talents. That's a good way to begin exploring. You could also do research on the majors. Look at the classes that are listed for those majors. See if those interest you. You could also try taking classes, but that also becomes a little bit, more time consuming. But a good way to do that is just based on your research and on your natural interests. Talk to your guidance counselor also.
So what are some stuff like to not do, like to be a successful student athlete?
You should definitely take your studies seriously. Study every day. Stay away from, stay away from people who are not going to class and who are not doing what they're supposed to. I mean, they may look like they're having a lot of fun, but people get kicked out of college. People wind up failing, and that's money that you're throwing away. So they may look like they're having a lot of fun, but when you look at their grades, you look at their performance, they are failing. And they won't tell you. It looks like fun, but it's not. So take your studies seriously, get rest, eat well. I mean, you're performing as an athlete, and what you shouldn't do is neglect your studies, because some athletes, they just start focusing on the athletics and they forget to study. You have to go home and study and do your work every day. You have to be disciplined, otherwise it's not going to work for you.
Another important factor is like tuition. Would you like advise a student to go to the cheaper school or go to one that's, even though it might be more expensive, but in the long term, it might have like a better impact on your resume? So.
Yeah, that's something to consider. That's something personal for each person. Some people really are focused on more of the financial side, and that's more important to them. Other people have their heart set on a particular school that they want to go to. Some people can only go to a specific school that may be more expensive because it has their major, where a less expensive school doesn't have their major. That's something that I would think you should talk with your family about, so that you can, make those decisions. Talk to your teachers, talk to your family, talk to your guidance counselors. Don't just speak to one person, speak to different people so that they can help you with that decision. I know that's a difficult one.
What's some advice you would give to seniors, like undergraduates, athletes as well, transitioning from high school to college?
So seniors transitioning.
Yes.
Okay, so during their senior year or once they're done with their senior year?
During the senior year.
During the senior year? Well, start preparing like you're going to college. Make sure your grades are higher now than they were before, because they will be looking at your transcripts, and schools want to know that you can perform at a certain level. So your senior year is where you should be getting a lot more serious about your grades. Do the research on majors. Look for the careers that you're interested in. Just do a lot of research. Talk to your teachers. Also look for scholarships. Okay, that's going to be important for every senior to research scholarships and make sure that they're going to have the funding that they need. Every person in the school has some information for you. So talk to your teachers, talk to your counselors. Don't just, sit in fear and wondering what it's going to be like. Do a lot of exploration and talk to your teachers, because they have a lot of information for you.
So right now, we're in the process of areas that's in college. We're student athletes, play soccer. So we're going to go to college now. Nice for student athletes.
Oh man, yes I do. I am also a former student athlete. First of all, here at Orange High School, where I played basketball. Currently hold the all-time scoring record here. Went on to play at the University of Cincinnati on a full athletic scholarship. I believe that one of the biggest things that a lot of freshmen enter into college with, whether you're a student athlete or just a student, is not having a balance, right? You two will be going on an athletic scholarship, God willing, right? And so you have to now balance being an athlete and just wanting to have a social life. And with all that comes making sure that you maintain your grades, right? In order to play sports, you gotta keep a certain GPA. So I would say, enjoy college, but make sure that you take care of business. Your priority is your education. That's how you maintain your scholarship, right? That's something that, you wanna embrace and not take lightly. So yeah, I would say finding a balance your first year, because so much is coming at you, the temptations, everything. But once you find that balance, everything else flows.
Alright, so as like a former athlete, what are some like setbacks you think an athlete can have in college? And how do you think you can overcome it?
Setbacks, wow, that's a good question. I think when it comes to setbacks, the priority is taking care of your academics, right? First and foremost. The second thing I believe is staying on top, like always putting yourself in a position to get better. You know what I mean? Because you got to understand that there are other athletes that are coming in that may be equally as talented or a step above you, right? So you have to ask yourself, how do I stand out above the rest? Now that does not just mean being an athlete, but how do you combine those two words, student athlete? And so it's academics and then being an athlete, and when you put those two together, that's a recipe for success. That you take beyond these four walls, beyond the walls that you enter into next year, and after that.
Next question. So for me, I don't know about like any other athletes, but like in terms of my major, I'm thinking sports management.
Okay.
What's your take for it? Do you think it's a good field to go down in, or is it just like, should I do it as a minor?
You know what? You got to look at it like it's your career. It's something that in 40 years down the line, you'll look back and say, I'm so thankful that I declare that as my major. So you have to know you. You have to know your gifts, your talents. You have to know, at the end of the day, how are you going to make the world a better place, right? And so you're in a position and you want to major into something that's going to help people, help athletes heal, overcome. And that's not the physical, but also the psychological aspect of it, right? Because you're going to be dealing with athletes who have injuries. Like I tore my ACL twice. So I thank God for like the therapist, the physical therapist, the social work, because everybody that was on staff that helped me, bounce back. So your role is very important. But at the end of the day, you have to know that that's your call. And you don't want to do something just because it sounds good or it's appealing or appeasing to the eyes, but it got to be like a heart thing. You understand what I'm saying? You got to know that that's what you're supposed to do.
So what is the key factors you think like are part of becoming like a successful athlete?
Key factor, wake up early. Wake up early. Be very disciplined with your time. Because one thing you can never get back is time. And that goes back to the first question that you guys asked me about balance. Time, being consistent, being persistent, and understand, I think this is so key, understanding that you're going to mess up. You're going to think everything is not going to go as you see fit, but you have to learn how to adjust. Does that make sense? Like, okay, this may not go the way I want, or I may not be getting the playing time that I want, right? How do I adjust? Even though that's not going the way that I want. You know what I'm saying? So be ready. Always be ready. Always be ready for opportunities. And even the people that you're going to meet on those campuses, you don't even know who they know. So stay kind, stay generous. And I learned this in college. Just be mindful who you sit at the table with, because you don't know who's sitting there that you could be entertaining your next breakthrough or your next blessing.